Hey guys, thank you for watching the Slat Rock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Though real-life conflict in wrestling is nothing new, the past few days on Twitter may have seen one of the dumbest beefs between WWE's Seth Rollins and New Japan's Will Ospreay. Two of the most popular and talented wrestlers in the world today, the pair shared some harmless banter on social media that has since evolved into insults, bank account comparisons, and merchandising opportunities. However, we don't see this so-called feud helping anyone, and yet it just keeps going. It all started during the WWE's Stomping Grounds pay-per-view, and though poor ticket sales and an underwhelming card led to low expectations, the show was one of the better events of the year, with fans enjoying almost all of the matches except the main event. In the climax of the night, Rollins defended his Universal title against Baron Corbin, with Lacey Evans, the nemesis of Rollins' real-life girlfriend Becky Lynch, serving as the guest referee. Though the idea that Evans would cost Rollins the title to stick it to the man was an interesting story, the crowd quickly turned on the match. As fans chanted boring, CM Punk, and AEW, Rollins took to Twitter to defend the match and the show, saying WWE had, quote, "the best pro wrestling on the planet." A bold claim from the architect. This didn't go down well with many, and Ospreay, the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, responded by telling Rollins that he is alive, a not-so-subtle brag by the British star that he's the best on the planet. It's hard to tell just how malicious Rollins was in his response, or whether it was all in good fun, but the Beast Slayer responded by saying Ospreay was a little guy, and that his style was nothing new, claiming that Ricochet, who had become United States Champion at Stomping Grounds, was a better version of Will. Clapping back, Ospreay said how he had wrestled more in 2019 than Rollins, though the Universal Champion fought back with his "I make more money than you" defense. At this point, the back and forth between the pair should have ended, but ever the heel, Baron Corbin reignited the feud, claiming he'd wrestled more than Ospreay, but didn't even know who the British star was. A despicable move that is on par with Corbin's heel character. Ospreay retaliated, implying that Raw sucks because of the former Golden Gloves boxing champion. At this point, the feud between Rollins and Ospreay had become a mess, and things only got messier when Chris Jericho appeared, claiming that Ospreay is taller than the Shield member, coming back at Rollins' little guy jibe from several tweets ago. Now, when you faced criticism from both the WWE Universal Champion and the #1 contender, the only natural course of action is to launch your own line of shirts, right? Well, that's exactly what Ospreay did, with the new shirt being emblazoned with the little guy insult, as well as some of the British wrestlers' many accomplishments. This whole beef hasn't really helped either man, but it's been especially damaging to Rollins, who really should have let things slide after Ospreay replied to his original tweet. Whether he believes it or not, Seth claiming WWE has the best pro wrestling in the world was definitely the right choice, as he's not just a representative of the company, but the top star in the entire promotion. However, Rollins' actions in the subsequent responses made him out like a bully, especially his comments about making more money than Ospreay, who has admitted to turning down WWE contracts in the past. Part of the reason many fans like Rollins is because they know his background. They know of his years on the indie scene as Tyler Black, who has grown to become one of WWE's top stars, but has seemingly lost his humility along the way. As a beloved indie star, Rollins knows firsthand that WWE fans don't live in a bubble, and are more than able to watch and be entertained by stars like Ospreay. Going after the British star with petty insults about bank balances does the Beast Slayer no favors, and the fans were quick to turn on the top face in WWE. That's not to say Ospreay doesn't have to brunt his fair share of the blame, as there was no real need for him to reply in the first place, and it was his comments that kept the ridiculous feud going. It also makes no sense for the British wrestler to burn any potential bridges with WWE, and this whole escapade has made for one of the dumbest feuds in 2019. But hey, at least Baron Corbin was a good heel, right? Meanwhile, this week's Monday Night Raw followed on the heels of WWE Stomping Grounds, and while the surprisingly entertaining pay-per-view saw an increase in viewership for the Red brand, it wasn't that noticeable in Everett, Washington. This week's show saw an average of 2.27 million TVs tuned in, up from last week's 2.23. Breaking it down, the show's first hour, which kicked off with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins in the ring, saw 2.38 million homes watching, which dropped to 2.31 million in Hour 2, before settling at 2.12 million in Hour 3. During the show, though, one fan certainly made a name for himself when correspondent Sarah Schreiber walked through the crowd to chat with the WWE Universe. When she asked one fan who the best in the world was, something the company has hammered home since November is Shane McMahon, the fan responded with CM Punk, who used the moniker before departing in 2014. Schreiber and WWE seem to handle this well, but for many fans on Twitter, this is concrete proof that the former World Heavyweight Champion is joining either WWE, AEW, or both. SmackDown Live hit Portland, Oregon this week, but the crowds didn't show up there either, as it seems WWE have gotten pretty capable of using tarps to hide empty seats. At the Moda Center this week, the arena looked packed according to WWE's impressive camera work, but photos by fans tell a different story. As you can see, huge areas of the arena were covered up as the company continues to deal with dwindling crowds this year. One superstar who is hoping to draw in a crowd is Alexa Bliss, who has received another shot at Bayley and the SmackDown Women's Championship. After failing to win the gold at Stomping Grounds, a non-title match was set up this week between the Huggable One and Bliss's so-called friend Nikki Cross, with the stipulation being that if Cross won, then Alexa would earn another title match. Doing just that, Cross got the huge win, securing her pal another title shot against Bayley, this time at Extreme Rules. Though no stipulation has been added to the match, fans with a good memory will recall that it was the petite powerhouse who beat Bayley 2 years ago when the pair met for the Raw Women's title, and is hoping for history to repeat itself on July 14th. Another huge title match was announced for the pay-per-view this week as WWE Champion Kofi Kingston will put the gold on the line once again, this time against Samoa Joe. Since capturing the title at WrestleMania, Kofi has been a fighting champion, taking on everyone from Kevin Owens to Daniel Bryan to even Universal Champion Seth Rollins, but may have now bitten off more than he can chew. This week on Raw, the Samoan Submission Machine attacked Kingston after Kingston defeated Owens and Sami Zayn in consecutive matches, and after just recently losing the United States title to Ricochet, is hungry once again to have gold on his shoulder. While Joe may be the next WWE champion, one former holder of the gold who isn't going anywhere is Jinder Mahal. According to Pro Wrestling Sheet, the modern-day Maharaja has recently inked a new deal with the WWE that will keep him around for at least another 5 years. Mahal joins the man who beat him for the WWE title, AJ Styles, as names who have recently signed long-term contracts with the company, as well as stars like Mojo Rawley, Mike and Maria Kanellis, and the Usos. This move for longer contracts by WWE seems to be in response to AEW, as the McMahon-led promotion can't risk any of its stars joining the new company formed by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks. Despite being a former WWE and United States champion, Mahal has fallen down the card considerably, and most recently has been a part of the chase for the 24/7 title, which he has held twice. It'll be interesting to see what the future holds for the modern-day Maharaja. Though WWE didn't air an episode of Firefly Fun House this week on Raw, that didn't stop the house's occupants from having a presence on both Raw and SmackDown this week. On Raw, eagle-eyed fans will have spotted Abby the Witch hiding backstage during a moment with The Miz, while Mercy the Buzzard could be spotted near Kofi Kingston. On SmackDown, Huskus the Pig could be found hiding near the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Daniel Bryan and Rowan, whilst Ramblin' Rabbit could be spotted backstage during a segment with Carmella, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. We're not quite sure what WWE has planned for these puppets, but it seems Wyatt is set to return very soon. Well guys, that's the news for today. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you liked the video, don't forget to check out our previous video, 4 botches, mistakes, and fails at WWE Stomping Grounds that you might have missed. Also check out our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. If you indeed like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos from Slat Rock Wrestling. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.